was asked to explain my inspiration for my writing. There really isn't a good explanation for that other than I'm a very good storyteller, and with this book here, this is my proof copy. I had the beginning kind of figured out. I had the middle, the epic scenes, kind of the end, which ended up actually being like one really like would have been huge. So I broke it into 2 books. So, I mean, the characters, they came to me. There really wasn't much to go off on that. I mean, with Jordan's character, I'm about to drop that thing. He actually, here, I'll show you. I had this pulled out. He's actually part of my original story. Let me see if I can find it again. Yeah, see, this is the story I created when I was 17, and he is, you see? I just defined him. See? He's there. So, yeah. And when a writer tells you, don't piss them off, they might kill you in one of their books. I did that with this one. So, yeah. It was fun. Made me feel great. I've also been asked if I outline my stories. I don't call it outlining, not exactly. I go through, like, character development. Why is the character the way they are? Why are they doing what they're doing? All my characters have a reason for their behavior. It's just a mess. I mean, I've got all sorts of stuff. So, and I've got one for all of my books. Now, granted, with the series, information from book 1 might find its way into book 6, or something I say in book 2, I need to remember that because it's got to go in. There might be something bigger in another book that needs to be elaborated on. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. There'll be 2 novellas or shorter stories with the series. That's book 3, and that will be book 6. So, no, book 5. What did I say, book 6? Book 6 is big. It's huge. But they'll go full circle, so it's exciting. Pre-orders were fun. Mine is, I got locked in Facebook jail the, like, weekend before my book released. There's no defined what you can do to keep yourself out of Facebook jail, what you should be aware of to keep yourself out of Facebook jail. It's just a mess. You can get in Facebook jail for liking too many pages, for liking too many posts, for tagging people, for posting back to back in events. You can be blocked out of posting in events. You can be blocked out of posting in groups. Been there, done that. And I'll show it to you real quick. I know I'm in like over 400 different groups. I have, wow, what is that? I am in over 300 and I've shown this before. It will scroll. 337. That's not all of them. I know it's not. I've been added to more, and I haven't added them to my list. I'll find them at some point because their notifications will pop up and drive me absolutely crazy. Don't tag me in crap too, unless, you know, it's something that you think would be important to me. If it's a giveaway of some sort, probably not wise. I have author to my name. Realistically, I can't participate in that junk. So, they're more for the fans, the readers. Granted, I am a big, huge reader at heart. It won't benefit me. So please don't tag me. That's a notification that's going to drive me crazy. I have a hard enough time keeping up with the notifications I have that are important enough for me to have to respond to. That's me. I like to respond to most of my notifications if they're worthy of my attention. So with my pre-orders, I did them about a month ahead. So I had to have my book ready 2 weeks before it goes live on Amazon. It had to be done, edited, all that jazz. Well, it needs to be re-edited because I was overly excited and not thinking clearly. The business part of me went out the window. Goodbye. So we're going through one more edit because I failed. So so you can see, ta-da. So see where my finger is? That's all the column A is all my the groups I'm in, all 337 of them. Column B is their, I've told people about this. This is like a Google spreadsheet. Their their Facebook link. Then I've got their rules. You know, if you go into a group off to the side, you have to do this from a computer. You see all the posts, you've got off to the side. If they have rules, there's rules. Some groups like when you follow those rules, because if you don't follow those rules, they kick you out. I would suggest following them. If you are doing it on your phone, I'm like, let me just show you what my screensaver is. Ha! It's just bright and shiny. I'm not showing you my screensaver. So, there's a way to go into the information I would show you, but that would take me for forever. There's a way to look up what a group's rules are. So I would be careful because one of the groups I have up here, I can't post in because my book doesn't qualify anymore because of the price I have it set at, which is fine. Totally cool. I have it highlighted yellow. The entire row is highlighted yellow. I have groups that are highlighted pink, which are, they have 10,000 people in them. Green is under 1,000. Blue is over 10,000. Bright blue is over 20,000. Pink is I have to post in them. And I have another color. It's like really, really, really bright. That it's like over 1,000 people are in this group. Now granted, I'm not going to say it's actually generating a lot of sales with my book. But it helps, you know. I don't post in all of them every day. There's no freaking way I could. But I do enough throughout the week that it gets enough people to see it. Where it goes from there, it all depends on who sees it when they see it, if they want to read my story and whatnot. Authors have street teams who do that for them. Cool. Ask me this last summer about doing a street team, I would have told you absolutely freaking no. No, there's a big hell no. Now I'm going, authors that have them, you're awesome. That's cool. That's great. Because it's an hour of my time throughout the day that I'm wasting posting my book. But if I don't post it because I am an indie author, because I don't have a publisher behind me, it hurts me. So I have to do that. I mean, I know a lot of you are like, well, why is your next book coming out? You know, when is it coming out? June. Sometime in June. I'm not one of these authors who will throw out, you know, book after book after book. Granted, the authors that do it, totally more power to you. I applaud you, literally. That's great that you have that dedication. You can do that. I'm different with how I write. I feel it. There's this like box. I broke it. I'm outside it. I am gone out the window. So I have to feel my book. I have to feel what I'm writing. I have to be passionate about it. If I'm not, it's not right to me. And I won't be happy with what I'm doing. And that's not going to be a product I'm going to want to put in somebody's hand and say, read. No. We've got book 2 is coming out in June. I should have another one in September. Yay! That one will have a cover model on the cover. I'm so excited. Hopefully everything will work out the way I'm planning on it. That one's title is, I'll tell you that one later. But I'm excited about that one. It'll have its own completely random feel. It's totally different from the series. And then I know a lot of you've heard me mention I'm doing a 2-book set. They are companion books. And I don't know how many of you appreciate, like, you got 50 Shades of Grey. Great, awesome book. Then you had people who were pissed off with Grey. Because it was his point of view. I don't care. I'm doing a companion. I'm doing that. Her book, his book. There'll be pieces of each book that's different. Because you have his point of view in certain situations. You have her point of view in certain situations. And with that, it is... there'll be chapters that when they're not together, you have different... what's going on with them. Because there's one particular piece... you want to know what's going on with him during that whole thing. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to literally go completely as far outside the box as humanly possible with these. I'm literally going to like take those guts inside my belly and I'm going to rip them out and write them. Which could be really cool. My assistant's read bits and pieces that I've already written and has gone, you're going to do that through the entire books? That's my end game. Whether I embarrass the crap out of myself doing it in the process, who knows? But I'm hopefully really excited with how those are going to go. But there are a few factors with those that could possibly make or break the books. So they're still up in the air. I'm partially working on them, but for now we've got, those will come out. If I do them, they'll be out in the next spring. Because you'll have book 2 in June. Karma, which is, think of the word. What do you think of the word when you hear karma? You're thinking X person fucked up, and you're like, you can't really do anything to like shake them, or you want to like slap them silly, so you're like, you have to wait for karma to bite them in the ass. That's what this is basically, you know, this, yeah. So that's what I'm basing the book off of. That's the title, Karma. It'll have some bite to it. I'm excited. Book 2 is June. Karma is September. Book 3 will be early spring of next year. Yay! I'm really excited for book 3. That will be a novella. So, and then we'll have the 2 books coming after that, because the way I write them is I literally write them side by side. Literally, side by side. My computer screen does this. Like, her book here, his book here. So they're almost kind of matchy-matchy when I'm writing them. But I have that, whatever I'm feeling as I'm writing them, I can put that in both books at the same time. So when I write like a chapter that's totally her, they're not together, I can still have the same feel that I did in that chapter and flip it over to his chapter. So I'm not giving it a different, I mean, it'll be different, but to me it just, that's how I do it. I'm weird, I'm random. It's okay. I want it to work that way. That's me. You know, I want to literally take you and put the reader inside the book. And regardless of how people are going to look at them, it's not going to matter to me because they're my books. It's how I'm going to do it. I mean, it's a lot to think about, and I'm excited. I hope, you know, y'all are too, about where everything's going. I know a lot of you are like, I want the second book. I'm working on it. We're at chapter 18. I realized that the other day I'm at chapter 18 and I'm like, crap. Depending on how I'm going, could be a lot of chapters. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna like fix a few little things. I have an idea of how to speed things up. So, but I have to do it right because it's gotta continue. That little bitty's gotta go into another piece. So, I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready for that, and just bear with me.